Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm sharing the key results from the Ghana Statistical Service's 2024 fourth quarter Informal Border Trade Survey. This survey shines light on trade that happens every day across border points, trade that often escapes our official statistics, yet fuels thousands of livelihoods and small businesses. Between October and December 2024, our field officers collected data from more than 300 border points across 10 regions. They interviewed respondents and observed the movement of goods, everything from food and clothing to fuel and manufactured items. The goal is simple: to measure the trade that isn't captured by customs and include it in Ghana's overall trade picture. Here are the key results of the survey. In the last quarter of 2024, informal cross-border trade was valued at 7.4 billion Ghana cedis. That's about 4.3% of Ghana's total trade, which stood at 172.7 billion Ghana cedis when we combine both formal and informal flows. Informal exports were 3.9 billion Ghana cedis, or 4.1% of total exports, while informal imports were 3.5 billion Ghana cedis, about 4.7% of total imports. Formal trade still dominates at 165.3 billion Ghana cedis, but the informal flows remain an important part of Ghana's trade story. When we look at our neighbors, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, and Burkina Faso account for most of this trade. Togo alone represents 61%, followed by Cote d'Ivoire at 56% and Burkina Faso at 37%. Ghana recorded trade surpluses with Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire at 576 million Ghana cedis and 378 million Ghana cedis respectively, but a deficit of 539 million Ghana cedis with Togo. Among informal exports, alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, petrol, and energy drinks led the list, followed by roofing sheets, second-hand clothes, among others. On the import side, cooking oil tops the chart at 270 million Ghana cedis, followed by mattresses, rice, cloth materials, and livestock. Food alone accounts for half of all informal imports and over 40% of exports, which shows that food trade remains central to livelihoods and regional food security. The Upper East region leads the country in informal exports, with 1.27 billion Ghana cedis, far ahead of the Savannah region, which recorded 82.9 million Ghana cedis. The Paga border, which emerged as the busiest informal import route, handling 3.3% of all recorded imports. Tricycles and motorbikes remain the main transport modes for these goods, showing how mobility and trade are deeply connected in border communities. Men account for about 2/3 of export transporters, while women made up 41% of import transporters, with their highest participation in the Savannah, Western, and Northern regions. This underlines how women sustain households' incomes and community trade networks across Ghana's borders. Informal cross-border trade is not marginal, as the data shows. It's measurable, it's vital, and deeply woven into our economic fabric. It supports jobs, keeps essential goods moving, and connects border communities. But because much of it remains outside the formal system, Ghana loses valuable data for planning and potential tax revenue. Recognizing and integrating this trade into our policies helps us protect livelihoods while improving regulation and efficiency. The data points us to clear actions. And these actions we'd like to recommend should include supporting informal traders through registration, access to credit, and training. 2, upgrading border infrastructure to make formal trade faster and easier. 3, strengthening our collaboration with Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, and Burkina Faso for data sharing and customs harmonization. And 4, boosting local production of goods like cooking oil, rice, and mattresses to cut import dependence and create jobs. Informal trade is part of Ghana's growth story, and every trader, every border community, and every cedi traded matters. You'll find more details of the findings from this survey in the main report, which will be published on the Ghana Statistical Service website. The Ghana Statistical Service will continue to produce reliable data that guides smart policy, supports livelihoods, and drives inclusive growth. Thank you very much.